Hi, welcome to Gap
in the Middle.
I'm Judy.
And I'm Judy, and that is Alice.
And we think we're funny.
We are hilarious.
Why are we doing this podcast and YouTube thing?
Why are we? Why?
We are doing this, as I say, because we think we're funny.
We are funny, but we are actually really funny.
We are funny because I tell you why I know we're funny, because I was telling the Uber driver on the way here, which I think is luxury, getting an Uber, by the way, that I'm doing a podcast today and we were going to do it at my house, but you got better walls.
We needed a decent wall, just one wall.
Yeah, one wall.
One wall.
That's all you need in life is one good wall.
Exactly.
And lighting. Very important.
Yes. So I painted this wall yesterday.
Yay.
The same colour green as the rest of my living room. I've got one white wall, so it's not completely like a coffin.
But it would have been like a coffin, because like coffins are generally brown, but if you're going to say tomb, they're generally brown as well.
What's green? What's green? What's
wood? Being in a wood.
Oh, I was about to say no, wood's brown, but yeah, I get what you mean now.
Yeah, see, that's why we think we're funny.
We're not funny. People don't think. Yeah, okay, we're funny.
So Judy, how did I get to know you?
Single mum.
Yeah.
Single mum. We joined a single mum group so many years ago.
It's been 84 years.
When they funded this stuff.
Yes. And then the funding dropped and we still remained friends.
Yeah, because we funded each other.
Yeah.
So that's how we met each other at a single mothers group. I remember the name. It was called Wellcare, and we were well cared for. They gave us like cake and stuff.
They did, until the funding dropped out.
But I think also when we left, our kids entered full-time education. That's the other thing.
That is true.
It's a nursery now.
They did used to tell us how to be great parents, because obviously if you're a single parent you don't know how to parent.
Yeah.
So at these groups they would sit us down and tell us how to parent, because you need a man around to know how to parent. So because we didn't have men around us, we weren't good parents. So they used to have endless parenting courses telling us how to be good parents.
But I understand that actually, because I think being a single parent, whether you're a single mum or a single dad, is stressful because you've got this person or several people dependent on you, and it's stressful as you're trying to like hustle the buck or keep the house, cook dinner, do everything. It's really stressful because often you don't have someone to push again. I just want to say, like, if you hear random noises, it's the cat playing.
Got 2 cats, but we're never going to see the second cat.
I got 1 cat, and you ain't ever going to see that cat because it's at my house.
Yeah, this is my house.
And I also have a dog, but you won't see the dog because Judy doesn't like dogs. She only let my dog come to visit once because she was worried that my dog would pee on the floor, which it didn't.
Pretty sure got fleas.
Shut up. She did get fleas from my beautiful hound, my beautiful greyhound. She's a lady. Yes. She's dignified. Actually, going on to greyhounds. Did you know that only the rich could have greyhounds?
When?
In the past.
Are we talking Tory government? How far in the past are we talking?
I don't know, like 200 years.
Oh.
Maybe 100 years. But greyhounds were the dog of the rich. It's probably because like they're really highly strung and all they do is sleep and they get injured really easily. But also they run very fast, and so you need.
Oh, that's why they do greyhound racing.
Being single mums, we're also working class. Working class. We work.
Well,
life's work.
I've got a degree, so apparently I am middle class.
Well, I got a degree now, so I'm middle class too.
Okay, so we're both middle class then.
Yeah, but we don't have what middle class people have, and that's a husband.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're right. Oh, brutal. Yeah. So, okay, that's my cat getting into my jam donut. Leave my donuts alone. Leave my donuts alone. Okay, so we are single mums.
Yeah.
We're working class.
Yeah, I've got calluses in my hand to prove it.
Me too. And we are funny.
Yeah, we're really funny.
We're hilarious.
Like, you believe
So
it?
we got together and thought we'd buy some lights, set up our iPhone. We've worked for everything that we have, which isn't a lot, but it's a lot more than some people have. Yeah, I've got a beautiful home. I live here with my child.
And I live with my mother and child. I feel like in this conversation that we're having, both of us feel really fortunate because of where we're born, the country that we live within, and the things that we have. And we're not struggling for housing.
No.
We're not struggling to feed our bellies. We're not struggling to keep warm.
No.
In very many ways. And we got pretty clothes and we can wash our clothes.
Yeah.
We can get our hair done. Trying to say that we're fortunate. We appreciate our blessings in life, even though we're single parents and we were working class. We're still very fortunate in what we have and we appreciate what we have.
Okay.
Even though we don't have holidays every year, we don't drive cars, we don't go skiing.
It's just the label.
So,
Yeah.
even though we're not middle class, then we're working class. Why this podcast? So, through the years, I've had people tell me that I should write and I should talk. And when I really get in my flow, I fill in the gaps. So people talk about, for example, people have talked about immigration and it's this and there's no that. And I'm like, you have to listen to people. And I think Zach Polanski said it recently. You've got to listen to people to get to their fear. So, for example, there was a woman that was really anti-immigrants. I don't know why I jumped straight into immigrants, but I just thought it was
It's what
pertinent.
everybody's talking about these
So
days.
there's a woman-
Everybody's talking about immigration. Oh.
Who, this was years ago, I watched a documentary. I like a good documentary. And she was talking about the immigrants. And it turns out when you go deeper, it was during Brexit, that was it. If you go deeper, the reason she felt that way was that she was homeless, yeah? Her and her children were homeless. So she was in a hostel. And then she saw other people being homed before her. Not realising, because of the caveat of where she was, she had to be rehomed in her local area. And there wasn't housing stock in her local area. The people that she saw being rehomed were being moved out of area.
Yeah, yeah.
But she didn't know that. No one explained it to her. That there's no housing stock because it hasn't been built for the last 40 years because the government stock council's building.
My reason for a podcast was that, friends around me say that I'm funny. I don't think I am, but they say I am. So, and I'm very opinionated as well. Oh, I can get my soapbox. I really can. I think looking at what's happening in the world today with media and who's controlling the media, it's very easy for people to forget facts and to just say all this stuff that's going on, but not actually know the true facts. Typical example, BBC and Trump. This thing that's been going on in the last week or so with BBC, if you don't know, Panorama showed a programme last year, October, and they spliced two speeches together, or spliced some sort of speech.
It's a 24-minute speech that was spliced together to make it sound like, now I've not watched this is what I've read, to make it sound like Trump was inciting the 6th, that thing on the 6th of November, October, I don't know, something happened on the 6th.
Yeah, so inciting a riot.
Which happened.
But now there's loads of people online saying Trump's going to sue.
Yes.
But he can't. Legally, he cannot. Legally, he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
It didn't stop him suing, was it Sue Fox? So I had
But
an
he's
update.
not going to, but he could try and sue, but he's out of time.
No, it's not.
The show wasn't shown in America, so he's out of time. It wasn't published
That's
in
why
America.
he's doing it in America, though. Anyway.
No, it wasn't published in America, so he can't sue the BBC.
Well, he's still trying
via America.
The BBC have done, because he was going for $1 billion.
He hasn't actually said I am going to sue the BBC. He has said, and the language that he is using is really clever, because he says, I have an obligation to sue the BBC. I have an obligation, not I am going to sue the BBC. Nowhere will you see Trump saying, I am definitely suing the BBC.
So they're playing word soup.
Yeah,
so
because
BBC,
he can't.
BBC's playing word soup because there's a caveat of we might of something or we might have done that, which is a caveat.
But the BBC don't have to give Trump any money.
They've given an apology.
Yeah, but he's asking for money. They don't have to give him money.
If she lets me breathe and actually get a word, because this is what happened when she gets on her high horse, nobody can stop her. And like sometimes when we've been on the phone, I've actually put myself on mute and gone for a poo. But yeah. And she's just gone full monologue and not really been aware of it.
Do you know what? The next time I'm on the phone with you, I'm going to go, Alice.
You're on mute. What are you doing?
Alice, until you answer.
I'll just go, yeah.
Oh, stop. Say what you're going to say. Say what you're going to say.
So the BBC have now apologised. They've withdrawn that panorama.
Yeah.
Trump's gone back and now I'm going to sue you for $5 billion.
Yeah, but you can't.
Well, let's see what happens. And then I suppose then we've got to ask ourselves, actually, what's going on? What's going on with Trump? What's he trying to... something called... it begins with an E and ends with an N.
Eminem?
No, E and an N, and the other word's files. That's kind of hot at the moment. Maybe he's trying to...
Files?
Eminem files, yeah. Something's going on. There's like these files that have been around. There's big files.
Do you know what? I've not heard a word.
Nothing about it, and it's got to do with our British monarchy, which hopefully will bring the downfall of the monarchy. She's a royalist. I'm
not a royalist. You keep on saying I'm a royalist. I'm not a royalist. I just like Harry and Meghan.
Okay.
Do you know what? Yeah, I like Harry and Meghan.
Fair enough. I'm just not bothered either way. They're just two people living their lives to me with oodles of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got like it's interesting. I find that anyway, when you start like asking why do people, it's a revelation, but maybe that's another conversation.
So that's why.
Yeah, you carry on.
I want to do a podcast.
That's why she wants to do a podcast.
Because I am very opinionated and I do rant a bit.
She does. And then what often happens also is I'll put a nugget in and 6 months later I'll hear my nugget coming back at me and I'm like, job done. Job done. Well, you think about structure. And so we thought, like, she is funny because she gets a pet bonnet, a bee in a bonnet a week. Sometimes it's a bee in a bonnet for the month, and you call her up and it'd be the same bee in a bonnet, but it'd be an extension. So we thought with the podcast, we'll kind of have like a little structure to it, and it'd be like update of the week.
Da, 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 da. That's so rubbish. Update of the week.
What's your... And it'd be like our pet hate or our pet annoyance.
Oh my gosh.
Because like we're women of a certain age, because you kind of notice by our shape and the size we are of a certain age.
What are you saying? I've got a great shape.
Yeah.
For my age.
For our age. We're happy, we're tall women as well. So so we were going to have like a pet thing. So me, I'm quite laid back, so I don't have that many pet hates of the week. But I went to the V&A. Oh, what, you don't agree? You just took a bigger.
Sorry. Just go on mute and go to the loo, girl. So you went to the V&A?
I went to the V&A. And the V&A, if we've got some people from a different country, is where we keep your stolen stuff. It's a museum called the Victoria and Albert. Which is true. It is where we keep stolen stuff,
from all around the world.
All around the world. We
don't keep them. We're looking after them.
Curating them.
Because you people don't know how to look after your
stolen stuff, right?
Yeah.
Why are they there? You didn't look after it, did you?
Exactly.
You left it lying around.
You let us steal it. So that just shows that you're not responsible enough to have your own stuff back.
Yeah, exactly. Like these big frontage. Also, some of the stuff is from old buildings that have long been destroyed, but it's the front of churches, which is our stuff.
Who destroyed them?
Well, it was us. We destroyed our own stuff because you have to rebuild stuff sometimes,
Oh, I see. So you're talking about our own stuff.
We do have some of our own stuff in it as well.
So we've got gold from other countries and front buildings from ours. All right.
Fronts of buildings. We also marbles. There's lots of marbles. But some of the stuff isn't stolen. Some of the stuff is actually lent because they have exhibitions. So I went to an exhibition with a friend because I wouldn't normally pay for an exhibition because I told you earlier I'm working class. Even though I'm dressed nice, this is my birthday dress from 5 years ago. Thanks. You can edit that. It's fine.
Vintage.
Anyway, so I went to the V&A Museum to have a look at the exhibition of Cartier. We want to talk about stolen stuff. Cartier exhibition, and it was really nice. It was really busy. You would not believe how many people want to go and look at earrings and rings and tiaras and necklaces, and it's insane. It was really busy, and some people are just so rude. They just push in front of it. It's I'm looking. I know I'm tall. I'm sitting back, so I've not got my glasses on, but I'm looking. I'm now looking at the back of your head. It's true. But what really got me was people photographing the stuff, right? And say, here I got a lovely Cartier behind glass, because you can't touch the stuff. Lovely Cartier, nice rings and this, what the mood, I can't even say the words, so I won't even bother. What people wore, their finery. And it's behind glass. So you got people taking photographs of this jewellery behind glass, and I'm thinking, just buy the brochure because it'd be a better picture.
You kind of think, why? I don't understand why people just, maybe it's my age, why people just whip out their cameras and take pictures of things that they are never ever going to look at again. Why are you taking a picture of a watch that you are never ever going to look at?
Well, they might do. They might get them out, when have a conversation at the pub and I went to Cartier, and they'll be like, oh, that's a nice blurry picture of your. Oh, yes.
Can I just say that if you ever go to a museum, take a picture of a watch, and then come to the pub and make me sit through you looking at pictures of watches, I would just be
But I'd show you the brochure.
Yeah, you'd get the brochure. But then again, I don't want to sit in a pub and look at a brochure.
Well, yeah, but you might do because it might be interesting.
It won't be interesting.
But you might want to do it because you might want to take an interest in me and my passions.
Don't make this about you.
Well, it must be really important for me, A, to come to the pub because I don't like going out. B, bring out a brochure with me because I never take anything out except my keys and my wallet. I don't like having bags. So it must be a really important brochure for me to show you at a pub. And also, I might know what you want to talk about. It might be just a new conversation topic.
Do you know what I'd do? What? I would get this brochure and I'd go,
well, at least
that was nice.
Yeah, you would have done. You'd be jealous anyway if you was looking at watches. Jealous. You would be like, I want to have a brochure of watches. And what's interesting, there was a beautiful diamond ring, it was Grace Kelly.
You got a picture?
No, I didn't buy the brochure. I thought I could just Google it if I needed to see it.
Yeah.
Grace Kelly's engagement ring. It's
you
huge.
just want to be in the moment, don't you?
It was
Look
lovely.
around.
It was lovely,
Yeah.
like looking at shine. And the way they lit it, you're like, Jesus, these gems are really shiny.
Yeah.
Really shiny. And some, they are like works of art, some of them, like their workmanship's phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal. And it's just like...
How long ago was that, though? Did you go?
I went a couple of weeks ago.
Is it still on?
No, because it's coming to the end. Oh, and then I went to the Vivienne Westwood. No, not Vivienne Westwood, but there was a Vivienne Westwood dress there. It was to do with that girl that had her head chopped off. She was French.
Marie Antoinette?
Yes, Let Them Eat Cake. And they had stuff about her.
Did she have her head cut off?
She did, but they had like a guillotine.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, yes.
Yeah, the guillotine. But like, she was another world. But I was saying to my friend who took me, I was like, well, she's part of the Habsburg family anyway. That's just a whole new conversation about royals. So that's my pet hate of the week. Why photograph stuff when you can just buy the brochure or the postcard?
I've got something quite similar about that.
Have you?
Yes. When I went to see Trafalgar Square each Easter, they have, they put on a play about Jesus. And we were all sat on the ground, everybody was sat on the ground, or sat on coats, Nobody was sat on a chair. And this woman comes along with a chair, walks to the very front of all of us, puts the chair down and just sits on it.
That's nice of her.
And then gets her iPad and holds it up and starts filming.
She must be a very important person.
And I just felt like everybody was just looking around at one another thinking, we can't see. And I thought to myself, when are you ever going to look at that again? Is that going to be your Friday night movie? When are you ever going to sit and watch all of that again? Why don't you just watch it now?
Yeah.
It's on every year.
But isn't that like a comment on anything? People go to concerts and they've got their phones up. It's like, why can't you just be in the real moment?
Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose that's something we should probably talk about ourselves, like we're Generation X, so that's the latchkey kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, we're the ones that grew up without phones. So like, I had my first phone when I was mobile phone. I didn't get my first phone till I was 21.
Same.
And it was a nice phone, it's a flip one. I could...
No camera.
Hello. And camera text. So when I went out to things... I was in the moment.
Yeah.
And nowadays, it's just like, I even catch myself doing it sometimes. I'm like, I'll just take one video, and then I'm just going to put it away so I can be in this moment.
Yes.
But sometimes I'm taking a video because I'm getting old and I'm scared I'm going to forget that I had a life. And I can look back at my photo and go, I lived.
I went to see Prince when he was alive.
Memory.
I remember near enough every moment of it because it was just an amazing experience. And to be quite honest, I don't think if I had a camera at that time or, a camera phone, I would look back at those photos and just see a tiny little person on the stage, and it would ruin my memory of that. Because when I remember it, I remember seeing Prince quite close up. I was there, I could feel every sort of song that he sung, the audience, just everything I could remember. But I think if I had pictures, I'd look back at the pictures and they'd be quite sterile.
Maybe. I don't know. I found some old pictures. It's quite interesting when you used to have to do selfies. It's a wing and a prayer. You held your camera up and like, I found a selfie of me and a friend. It was literally like that. And we're like, and it's like no eye, no. It's just like two mouths smiling. Mastered that one. My imaginary microphone. So, Judy, what is your gripe of the week?
Oh. I told you about my Whisky Mac.
Whisky Mac.
Whisky Mac.
What's a Whisky Mac?
A Whisky Mac is Stone's ginger wine and Scottish whiskey.
Once upon a time, she said Crabbies. That's nice. Or Stones or Crabbies. I can't get Crabbies wine anymore.
Stone's ginger wine and Scottish blended whiskey, and that's a Whisky Mac. It's my Christmas drink, just like Baileys and sherry. I have a cheeky Whisky Mac. Love it. So I'm in this pub, local to me, pub in West London, and I asked for a Whisky Mac. And she says, oh, I'll bring it over to you. I'll bring it over to your table. Right, okay. So I go, I sit down, waiting for my Whisky Mac. She brings over this drink, puts it down, and I'm looking at it and thinking, I take a little sip. This isn't a Whisky Mac. And considering I actually told her, this is the most middle class complaint ever, by the way, so don't give me hate for this. I told her what a Whisky Mac was, and she was just like, oh, okay. I drink it anyway because I don't want to make a problem. I don't want to make issues. I drink it anyway, and then I go over to the bar to get another one. And I said, by the way, can I not have so much ice in this Whisky Mac? Yeah. And she's like, okay. So she goes, gets the whiskey, she pours it in, and she gets the stones and uses the same measure for the whiskey for the Stones ginger wine. I said, oh, sorry, excuse me, you have to use the large measure for the Stones ginger wine. And she said, no, it's a cocktail, so I can choose which measure. Choose.
I'm going to make an assumption that she is a young woman.
Why would you say that?
I don't know, it just sounds like choose.
Yeah. I choose. Whichever measure.
So she chooses whichever measure, although a Whisky Mac is a Whisky Mac. It's a wine, a fortified gin wine with whiskey.
Yeah, and everybody knows that.
Wine.
Fortified wine, which is 50.
Yeah, wine.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and whiskey, which is 25. So I say weights and measures. Yeah. So she goes, no, it's a cocktail, so I choose.
She chooses.
I choose which measurement of alcohol that I put into this drink.
So I'm thinking that she's a young person.
Yeah.
We're probably talking about a 20-year-old if she chooses what she can and cannot do.
Oh, of course. Yeah, she seemed very young.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
and
moving on, I suppose. It's not important.
It's not important. It could have been an older person at the bar. It could have been, but obviously it wasn't. We know why, but yeah, it could have been an older person at the bar.
Well, I think an older person would know what an Whisky Mac is. Whisky Mac is.
Whisky Mac, yeah, with years of experience. Anyway,
yeah.
I then get back and forth about weights and measures and the actual law of a Whisky Mac.
Yes.
And she said, well, there's no law for a Whisky Mac. And I said, I know there's no Whisky Mac law. I know there's not a specific law that says the Whisky Mac law, but under weights and measures, and I'm trying to say this in the most softest voice ever, because the last thing I want her to do is look at me and think, angry black woman, which is something that we have to, as black women, we have to be aware of. So instead of coming across and going, no, you are wrong, I had to be as soft as possible and go, well, actually, there's no law. There's no Whisky Mac law, but there is a law for Stones ginger wine. Mm. And she said, yes, but it's a cocktail. And I said, no, legally, a cocktail is 3 liquors or more.
You're kind of giving me like you're well versed in alcohol.
Yes, I've worked behind many a bar.
Oh, I thought it was just because you drank a lot.
Yeah, that too. But I've drunk behind many a bar. I've worked behind many a bar. So I kind of know this because it's drummed. Well, it used to be drummed into you. Mm. If you worked behind a bar, like a family-run pub, mm-hmm. which most of these aren't family-run pubs. If you work behind a bar, it's a family-run pub. Mm-hmm. The landlord has his name over the door. That's his livelihood. That's you've got to get it right. And I worked in an Irish pub, and I tell you what, there's two things you couldn't do in an Irish pub. Mess up the Guinness.
Yeah, I was going to say, that'd be to do with the Guinness.
Yeah, you couldn't mess up the Guinness, and you couldn't serve under measures.
No.
Because the landlord could lose his licence.
They do it all the time now, as much as they can.
Yeah, it is, because it's not family-run pubs. I know
profit margins.
The pub that I learnt in, the landlord took away the drip trays because the other bar, not me because I'm perfect, the other bar staff were wasting too much. And he said, if you're going to waste my alcohol, you're going to ruin your shoes. Learn how to pour a pint without spillage. And we did. That's what the pub that I learned in. So I can actually pour a pint without, you see them these days and they're like that and they're like,
I'm thinking that's lager pints. That can't be real ale pint.
Yes, we did. Yes, you can.
No, when you get to the bottom of the barrel, there's nothing you can do when the air comes through.
The bottom of the barrel.
Or the beginning of the barrel, there's nothing. You've got to have.
But you can actually, I did it. You can actually pull real ale without
2.5 pulls.
Yeah, without going like that and pouring the head away. When I stand and I watch people doing that, and I think, oh gosh, that's so much waste.
I stand there and look at my head. I'm like, that's a really big head on my pint of lager. When that goes down, I'm going to be short half an inch.
Yeah. So I'm in the pub and I'm saying a cocktail is 3 or more liquor in it.
Right. Yeah. So she's not having it.
Not having it whatsoever. Yeah. Nothing. So I'm thinking, okay, fair enough, whatever. I won't have another one. And I just go for half a lager. This was on Tuesday. On Thursday, I'm thinking, do you know what? It just doesn't sit right. The way that she was talking to me, the way that she just wouldn't listen to what I was saying.
Knows it all.
So I phone the sister pub, because these two pubs are owned by private investors. They're not part of a brewery, so there's nowhere you can go. And the woman that I was speaking to that served me the whiskey, she was the assistant manager.
Oh, the assistant manager.
The assistant manager. So I couldn't go any further with that. So I phoned the sister pub, said what happened, and they're like, okay, we will have a word. A word? A word.
What word?
I wonder. Word. So I left that. That was on the Thursday. On the Saturday, I called up and said, can I speak to the assistant manager? Because I spoke to the assistant manager on Thursday.
Yeah.
No, the assistant manager's not available. And I don't know why, but he said, is this the Whisky Mac girl?
Girl?
Yes.
Gosh, you were the highlight of her day. You were someone's complaint. You're complaining about them and they complained about you.
This is a second pub. Has somebody been talking about me? What do you mean? They said, yes, we've all been discussing it, and Whisky Mac is a cocktail, so you were wrong.
Oh, well. But you're the customer. The customer is always right.
Yeah. Anyway, I then explained the law, and as I'm explaining, I'm thinking I sound like a complete and utter
bore.
Well, not bore. I would say knob-end, but yes,
scrotum.
It's scrotum. I sound like a complete and utter. And I'm thinking, gosh, I just don't want to continue this. And then he did something that really annoyed me, that just made me see red. He then went, I'm Googling it now. And it says that it's a cocktail. And I said, of course it will say it's a cocktail. Where are you getting this information from? And he says, BBC Good Food. And I said, oh, so you don't listen to the law. You run your pub via BBC Good Food.
Oh, yeah.
Then he says, to be honest, I don't even know why I'm still on the phone with you. And I said, because because I'm a customer. And he went, you're wasting my time, and put the phone down. So I'm then thinking, am I being a Karen here? Am I being a proper Karen? Proper Karen style.
Oh no, what do you do now?
I Google who the owners are of the pub.
Oh.
I find them on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I email them.
Well done.
I get no response.
Uh-huh.
So then I look through all the posts to see if there's anything that I can find from the owners of another way to contact them. One of the owners put his email address down. I emailed the owner. This was on the Monday. I emailed the owner.
No, a different week now.
This is on a different week.
Well, that makes sense because it started on the Thursday, right?
The following Monday after the Saturday, and I put all of the complaint in, including the conversation I had with the other pub. I pressed send. I went into the kitchen. I put the kettle on.
Oh, did it fit?
Shut up. And I got a phone call. He says, "Oh, hi, I'm such and such. I just got an email from you." Said, "I'm absolutely shocked." Said, "I cannot believe." And it wasn't just about the Whisky Mac. It wasn't about that. It was about the fact that the way that they'd spoken to me and the way that the other pub had spoken to me. He said, "Leave it with me. I'll get back to you." So that was Monday. Tuesday, I didn't hear anything.
No.
Wednesday, I didn't hear anything.
Okay, we're going to go through every day of the week now.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
Didn't hear anything. A week later, I go into the pub. I said, "Can I speak to the manager?" He said, "Yes, that's me." I explained to him, and he says, "Oh, yes, she did tell me about it." He said, "Whisky Mac's a cocktail." I said, "Where are you getting the information that a Whisky Mac's a cocktail?" He says, "BBC Good Food." This is the manager. And he said, "Do you know what? I really don't have time for this today. Can you come back tomorrow?"
Because also you want to get your 15 mils back. You
I
paid
do.
for something.
Exactly. I then come home, phone rings.
Okay, yeah.
Says the name of the pub.
Oh, yeah.
Pick up. Manager.
Oh, yeah.
"Hello, is that Judy?"
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. He says, "Oh, I'm really sorry about your experience in the pub." And I thought, oi, hold on. 5 minutes ago, you're too busy to talk to me, but now you're calling me. "Can I ask what the change of heart was?" He said, "Yeah, I've just spoken to the owner."
In this storytelling, you spoke to the owner and he was like, rah. But what did the owner say?
Yeah, the owner had said that he was going to speak to the pub to make sure that they know that that is incorrect. And also, there were other things, there were other complaints that I won't go into now. But he said that he'll speak to them, but clearly he hadn't.
Okay.
Until I had gone in and spoken to the manager and said to the manager, "I've spoken to the owner." So obviously after I left, the manager then phoned the owner, and the owner was just like, "You need to sort this out."
Oh my gosh, so the owner gave you a few platitudes or just didn't get round to doing it?
I don't think he got round to doing it.
Oh, okay. So Whisky Mac now, so we'll be able to go into these pubs that we've not mentioned because, and we'll be able to get a Whisky Mac. And are they going to give you your 15 mils?
Yes.
You're missing 15 mils.
Yes, I think they should, because it's just bad service. I am so fed up of bad service. I'm so fed up of people that just stand there and give you the same line over again and say, "I'm sorry, but..."
Or how when you're having a conversation and they go, "but," and you're like, "Oh, well, here we go."
Here's your real thoughts on it.
I wanted to go back to the name of the podcast, The Gap in the Middle, because it occurred to me, like, when we're in conversation, we kind of agree with each other until we get to contentious things. And Judy has some really bizarre views. And sometimes, like, do you see where I'm already setting it up? Bizarre views. And I think sometimes that will be the gap in the middle. I don't know if we're going to look at it now, like thank you cards. She hates them. Christmas cards from people she hasn't seen for a year and a half, hates them. Really bizarre views.
I actually get angry. I had a friend and we stopped talking years ago. Every year I'd get a Christmas card from her and her children that I don't know anymore, and her partner that I've met a few times, and he was probably some of the reasons why we don't speak anymore, but she put him on the card, and I'm kind of like, why?
It's nice.
It's not nice.
I like a good Christmas card. They've remembered me and thought of me.
But I don't speak to them. I don't know them.
Well, you did.
But
they haven't changed that much.
the amount of times that I've said, you can call me.
People
call
busy.
me.
Like, she's taken the time to, like, there's power in words, to spell your name, to write it out.
Do you know what would have
like
taken less time? A text going, "Hi Judy, how are you?"
You don't like text either. You said
I
that
do
in the
like
past.
text. I do like text.
Well, she's changed her mind, because I can tell you about 15 years ago, like, or 10 years ago, she's like, why are people texting me? Why are they? Can't they just call me? True thing. That's a true reenactment.
Well, then she could have called me.
But Christmas cards are different.
No, they're not. When I moved into this flat, for the first 15 years, each year, I would get a Christmas card for the previous tenants here.
No.
15 years
That's
of cards.
sad, isn't it?
And one of the cards, because obviously I opened it, because you can't have Christmas, you might have had a bit of money in it, but you can't have Christmas cards. You would have done the same.
No, I wouldn't. I would put return to sender.
How do I know what the sender is?
That's Royal Mail, Sissy.
It doesn't have a sender. I would open it up. I thought somebody spent money on this card.
Yeah.
So I'll display this card from people that I don't know. And one year, it even had, "It was lovely meeting you the other day." And I thought, you met her. Why didn't you tell her? You don't live here anymore.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
understand. I don't want to become a person that somebody thinks of once a year, writes their name on a card, and then thinks, "Oh, great, my work is done until next year."
But I do. I want to be remembered, and I love getting a Christmas card. Even if I haven't seen someone for 20 years, I'm like, they still remember me. I remember them. I was thinking about them a month ago.
It's a lazy cop-out.
Oh.
That's what I feel. If I get a Christmas card from somebody that hasn't even made the effort to contact me in that year, I'm not sending them a card.
Okay, so viewers, like, I still think people have busy lives and we don't know what's going on in the background, and they're taking the time to remember me, to send me well wishes. What is your view? Are you with Judy or are you with me?
In the comments. You're with me.
In the comments below.
Subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
We will get better.
You can journey with us. You can give us some tips. Give us some subjects. Find out what our real view is.
Yeah, tell us.
Today we've kept it nice.
We have, but
very nice.
Yes, this is our very first one of many, I hope. So we would.
I don't hope, because I don't believe in hope, but that's another conversation.
We really would like you to come and join us on this journey. So, yeah,
press like, so we can get it around. We can't do it without you. Yeah, so cool. Friends.
All right.
I'm on to you, be asking you. That was Gap in
the Middle. Gap in the Middle.
Gap in the Middle.
Gap in the Middle.
Right, Annie, do we?
You can put me on mute.